Welcome. TBW Clips. I am Tyson. Today, we have another squad member from the progressive wing of the Democrat Party who's possibly not going to be re-elected. We had Jamal Bowman. He was the first one. He lost his primary to another Democrat. So it's Democrats infighting against one another right now. And we have another squad member who's facing re-election, and same thing is happening. Same organizations going after Cori Bush, trying not to get her re-elected. Let's take a look at this clip and see what's going on. MSNBC this is regular NBC. Meet the press.
But voters in 4 states are heading to the polls tomorrow for a number of House, Senate, and gubernatorial primaries. One high-profile race is in Missouri. That's where Congresswoman Cori Bush is the latest member of the progressive group dubbed the Squad, trying to fend off a fierce primary challenger. My Capitol Hill colleague Julie Sirkin has more.
Democratic Congresswoman Cori Bush is known as a fighter. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. It's how she went from being an unhoused single mom protesting on the streets of St. Louis to a prominent member of the so-called Squad in D.C.
As progressives, we fight for all the people.
Now the activist turned politician is fighting for her political life and could become the latest incumbent to lose a primary, facing a competitive challenge from County Prosecutor Wesley Bell. Why did you decide?
So a lot of the progressives, a lot of the politicians in the progressive movement are former activists. That's crazy, right? Former activists. So they're taking their activism and they're bringing it mainstream, and their activism with their policies and their beliefs are affecting the people that are voting. But the people are voting for them anyway. Knowing that they're activists, knowing that they're where they stand, knowing how progressive they are, which some people are saying it's not progressive, it's regressive. Progressive, let's just be honest, it's big government. Communism, socialist views and policies that are put forth. That's not progressive. It's like progressive is supposed to be the opposite of conservative. Conservative, conserve the old way. Progressive, let's get out of the norm and try different and new things, because this conservative part that we're living, that we're doing, is not working. So let's make it progressive, spread out, and explore a little bit. So they're being seen. So it seems as though, word salad, right? Excuse my language. So it seems as though when you're progressive, you're seen as cool and trying to expand and be better. While you're conservative, it seems like you're uptight. You don't want to change. You want to keep things the same way, boring. Which is not the case at all. It's just certain values in certain areas of life, right? Let's keep going.
All the people.
Now the activist turned politician is fighting for her political life and could become the latest incumbent to lose a primary, facing a competitive challenge from County Prosecutor Wesley Bell. Why did you decide to jump in this race after October 7th?
I got in this race because this district needs real leadership. The Congresswoman has a record of giving good speeches, but her record of actually getting things done is just not there.
Bush is one of the most vocal critics of Israel's government in Congress, calling Israel's response to the Hamas attack, quote, ethnic cleansing.
The only reason Congresswoman Bush has this challenger is because she had the audacity to stand for peace.
So they're saying she shouldn't even have had a challenger. Nobody should challenge her. So their beef is with the Democrat Party. And like I said, there's a divide in the Democrat Party, pro-Hamas, pro-Israel. Now, I thought the VP was going to be Shapiro. Well, I didn't think he was. It seemed as though that's where they were leaning towards. Shapiro, who is a Jewish man. Now, the new guy that the VP of Minnesota, the governor of Minnesota, is not. I don't think he's Jewish at all. So I don't know where the new VP select stands, but we'll see. But that's what we have here. There's a divide. So Cori Bush is pro-Hamas. And so people who, I think this is going to hurt them come election, because there's a demographic of young voters and maybe older voters who call themselves progressives, who will not vote because of things like this. The progressives helped them get over the finish line. I don't think it was just black women. It was the young voters, young progressives. Let's keep going.
A pro-Israel super PAC backed by AIPAC is spending more than $8 million to boost Bell, hoping to repeat the winning playbook that ousted fellow squad member New York Congressman Jamal Bowman 5 weeks ago.
Trying to make sense of why so much money would be spent on a House congressional race when our district has so many needs.
Bell defending the campaign cash.
AIPAC is an interest group. Just like their clean energy interest groups, their interest is the Israeli-American relationship.
Behind Bowman's, the primary in Missouri's 1st district is shaping up to be the 2nd most expensive in the country, becoming a bitter battle on the airwaves.
Wesley Bell is bankrolled by right-wing lobbyists and Trump megadon, Cori Bush, the actual Democrat.
Cori Bush's attacks are nonstop. But here's the thing, St. Louis, they're not true.
Do you regret anything you've said when it comes to Israel-Gaza?
Do I regret trying to work to save the lives of those 40,000 Palestinians who are now gone? No, I don't regret that, because I fight against anti-Semitism and Islamophobia. I fight all hatred and all bigotry.
The economy, access to abortion, and lowering crime.
That's not true. She did not stand or say anything on the day, what was it, October 7th? That was the day Hamas attacked Israel. They did not say anything. They they started supporting the Palestinians and Hamas once Israel decided to retaliate. So she didn't say anything about the strike that Hamas put on Israel. So that's not true what she just said. Let's keep going.
Are the top issues here in St. Louis. So can a war hundreds of miles away actually impact this race?
Both candidates say this race is about more than the Middle East.
She voted against the bipartisan infrastructure bill. She voted against the child tax credit. I'll be a progressive member of Congress, but I'm also going to be a practical member of Congress.
It was 52 years where, two black men.
So he's progressive also. So this is just about their stance on, like I said, Israel and Hamas. I don't know.
She voted against the child tax credit. I'll be a progressive member of Congress, but I'm also going to be a practical member of Congress.
It was 52 years where, two black men held the seat. I've been in the seat 3 years, and it's enough.
You feel like he's stepping over you as a black woman in this race?
Absolutely. It'd be different if I wasn't delivering dollars to the district.
And Julie's back from St. Louis. She joins us now. And one of the best things about going to a district is you actually get beyond the headlines, and you found there's quite a bit of nuance in this race beyond just what the headlines are telling us.
There is. Look, it's similar to what happened in Jabal Momin's race in New York, but it's also not, right? This race is not really defined by Israel and Gaza. Certainly the AIPAC inflow of cash is helping Bell with name ID get on the airwaves and stand a fighting chance against Bush, but there's also the reality that both Bush and Bell really were the children of the Ferguson movement. Their political careers were sprung by that in different ways. Bell became the county prosecutor, the first black man in that role, while Bush obviously went on to be a Black Lives Matter activist, went on to make her mark in Congress in that way.
And there is also the specter of a DOJ investigation related to Congresswoman Bush. What's the status of that, and how is that playing in the race?
Yeah, and Wesley Bell is certainly using that in his attack ads against Cori Bush, right? This is obviously unusual to have the DOJ investigating a member of Congress when it comes to campaign finances. Bush has said that she's cooperating fully with this investigation. This has to do with now her husband, her romantic partner that her campaign hired to do her campaign security services. So, of course, that's being looked into also by the Ethics Committee on the Hill. Also, Bell hitting her for the infrastructure bill vote, which she voted against. She explained that she wanted more progressive policies than that, but you're seeing all of those issues come out in this race.
But there's a broader conversation, too, about just the squad's influence, right? They were emerging as kind of a powerful voting bloc in Congress. We've seen Jamal Bowman lose. Other squad members had held on to their seats. What will this tell us about the squad's influence?
Yeah, Summer Lee, for example, in Pittsburgh, hanging on to her seat, even though AIPAC also infused cash into her opponent. So obviously these progressive candidates are defining themselves outside of where they stand on Israel, being to the left of their party's mainstream when it comes to that issue. But in terms of empowering the working class, as you heard Bernie Sanders say, as he sort of holds out for his endorsement of Kamala Harris, trying to push this next administration, potentially with Harris at the helm, to appreciate more progressive platforms, that's not going away.
Yeah, so they're trying to push the progressives forward. But at the same time, the progressives are messing up because they're going against what the established Democrats are for. They're still for Israel. Now, you want to keep talking about standing up for marginalized groups. I think that's what this whole idea behind the Palestinian support is, because they're such a marginalized group more than Israel. And that's what the progressives are going about doing, right? Going after the most marginalized group and bringing them to the forefront. And it seems like it's backfiring. Let me know down in the comments if you guys think other squad members are going to take the fall as well. We have Cori Bush, we have Jamal Bowman. I think there was 5. I'm not sure who the other lady is, who they said won. I'm familiar with AOC, Tlaib. I'm familiar with those members of the squad. So let me know down in the comments if you guys think this is going to destroy the squad and their influence. I don't think personally it will, because just like the guy said, he's still progressive, but he's for Israel. So they're still going to have their progressive agenda. Bernie Sanders holding out on his support with Kamala. I guess he probably wanted a progressive VP. So we'll see how that works. I don't think he got it with the new governor of Minnesota. So we'll see how that goes. Let me know down in the comments if you think I'm right or wrong. I appreciate you guys, and you guys have a great day.